What's up, y'all? Today on Breakpoint, we're going to show you how to change your fuel filter on your Husqvarna leaf blower. Stay tuned. All right, y'all. So the safest thing for you to do is either A, dump the fuel into a jerry can or siphon it out, however you can get it out before you start working on it. That way it doesn't leak everywhere, you don't get any spills, and you call it good, right? So spark plug. You need a 5/32 little Allen wrench like such. And then there are 1, 2, 3 bolts you take out. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. And then you're going to need a T25 star head screw like that in order to get the pull cord out. Okay, so we're gonna unscrew all of this. And if you don't know what you're doing, it's okay to hire a professional, or like we always say, always hire a professional if you don't know, if you're not comfortable doing it. But you can always take pictures, and then when you're done and you need to put it back together, just scroll in reverse with the pictures, right? So we're going to take these screws out. You don't have to lay them separate if you don't want to. I would suggest it, but they're different types of screws, so it's kind of hard to mix them up, right? So we're unscrewing this one. Might even fast forward this set for you. So those were the 3 screws. They came out of here, here, and here. Okay, so now take the T25, unscrew that. I might use this part of the video the same, because it's the exact same process for the fuel filter, unless you have a needle nose plier long enough to reach down in here. I don't, so I have to take it apart. But I'm going to use the same exact video, so if you see this twice, that's why. But taking this off is the exact same process for the fuel filter. So if you see this twice, you know why now. Or the spark plug, right? The spark plug video or the fuel filter video. Whichever one you're watching, I hope you enjoy watching me struggle do this. But if we happen to be entertaining or you learned something, please don't be scared to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more content, or if you want to see something you never seen before, you learn something new, like I said. Either way, we hope that this can be educational for you guys, especially young men. So this is for you guys. And sometimes, the older guys, some people don't know how to do this, so they resort to YouTube. Some people can just read it off of the manual. I'm a YouTube person, so me, I just like taking stuff apart and figuring it out, right? So now this comes off just like that. I'm going to get this off. After you take this orange piece off, it should just come out like that. Yep, like so. There's going to be 2 metal parts, right? This one, it goes right here on top like this. Okay, it goes into these little notches. And then this is going to be your trigger. You can take your trigger out. Just remember where it goes and set it aside, okay? I'm going to take this off. Boom. Done just like that. So now there's 2 other bolts to get the fuel tank off. They are the 5/32 Allen wrench. You can unscrew it. One of them is right here. You can see that. I'll lift it up. One of them's right in there. The other one's on the bottom right in there, okay? I'm going to take the gas tank off. But for the spark plug, you shouldn't need to do this. But I'm just going to take this off because I got to do a fuel filter video on it anyways. All right, I'm just going to loosen it. Okay, now take this off. Spark plug's right here, so it's not really that difficult to get to like the fuel filter is. But we're going to take this out if I can. Jeez, got unscrewed a little more. Okay, y'all. So once you take these bolts out, there's a little metal nozzle. I don't know if you can see it on camera. It's right in there. You see that? One of the hoses is attached to it. It's a little copper nozzle right in there. One of the little hoses is attached to it, so be careful not to rip that apart. Now, all I'm going to do is take off this rubber seal that they got going on here. You might need a pair of pliers, which I'm going to get, but all right, y'all. I'm going to zoom in for you guys here. All right, y'all. So once you manage to pop this rubber seal off, the fuel filter comes out just like that. Okay? And you see this is already looking no bueno. Okay? So grab the new one real quick. This is the old one, and that's the new one. So we're really giving this a whole little tune-up. Okay? So throw that one away. All you do is you slide this little tube back on and you put it in the fuel tank. Okay? There's no wire that goes into the other one, so don't worry about it. And then you pop this thing back in, if it'll go. That should just slide in. Sometimes not. Push it down, you'll hear a little pop showing that it's sealed. Make sure when you put this fuel tank back in place, see why it's better to seal, drain the fuel out. When you put this fuel filter back in place and then the fuel tank, make sure you connect this to this little copper tube up here. You don't want that spraying fuel everywhere at you. So once I figure out how to once you pop this rubber seal back on, there's two little bolts in here. It'll be easier for you to take it out. So you can put this. Once you get this fuel filter off like this, and then you so once you put this rubber seal back in, like I did here, you see that there's a tube. And like I showed you earlier, there's a little copper tube right in there. I don't know if you can see it, but you're going to have to take this off too. And that's also how you replace your bulb. But we're going to grab some, I don't know what size that is, but we're going to take this little plastic housing off. I'll tell you the size when I find out. All right. So those bolts in there, they are an 8mm. So we're just going to take them off. All right, y'all. So the bolts in here, right in here, these two metal ones, this one down in there, and this one up here, 8mm. Okay. So we're going to take these off and we'll be right back. Okay, so now that you got that off, it's a good time to look at this to see if anything's clogged or it's all good. It's a little dirty. Oh yeah. Great stuff, right? So don't worry about this. This goes right here. It's not that too big of a deal. So while you're here, It's good to make sure that your lines are secure. Like I'm about to secure this one again. So like I was showing you earlier, that this is that copper tube that I was talking about right in there. Okay, so all you do is you put this line back on just like that. Okay, and now this black piece goes back to where it was. Okay, and now, make sure your fuel lines are not in the way. It goes back in just like that. Okay, make sure the holes are lined up so it screws in correctly. You don't want that to be damaged. Okay, that's good. Just like that. Okay, and now this goes back on with the fuel tank like that. I can squeeze it in there. What I'm going to do though, probably be easier if I slide this back on first, huh? If it'll let me. So, put that back on. I'll worry about that seal in a second here. That slides in just like that. These go on like such. Okay, that's sliding on. Okay, now once I get it through the second set of holes, there we go. I'm gonna put this on now. Oh, the bottom one's up. There it is. Okay, so make sure that's on. I'm gonna make sure it's on the right way though. Yeah, that's the right way. You can tell because of the indentations right in there. Those indentations go towards the plastic. So I'm gonna put this back on like that. And if you need someone to get their hands in there, you don't have anybody, you could always use some pliers if need be. Okay. So those are on. Now I'm gonna carefully but surely put my bolts back on. And like I said, this is an 8mm, okay? That one started, so it should stay in place. And this one is now started, okay? My bulb is relatively new, so I'm not too worried about it right now. But if you guys want to see a video on it, don't be scared to say so in the comments, because we will do that for you. We got 2 of them, so that one should be good here in a second. Make sure they're decently tight, guys. Remember, this is plastic. You don't need to overdo it. You don't need to He-Man it or muscle it. So just be careful. And the air filter for this, super easy to replace. You might as well just replace that while you're taking this cover off too. So that's good. This is the air filter right here. Goes on just like that. Okay. And then this screws back on. Don't know what that was. This cover goes back on. That screws on like that. But before I screw that down completely, I'm going to make sure that my settings on my carburetor is good. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that it was opening and closing correctly. Always make sure, guys. Better safe than sorry, huh? Okay. So now all that's left to do is to put it back together. But if you don't remember what to do, rewind the video, just do the steps in reverse, okay? The hard part is really done. But as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Don't be ninja watchers, y'all, please. Please and thank you, okay? But I'm not going to close the video yet because we're going to show you to see if it starts up and running. Hopefully it does. But remember, y'all, don't forget to put these back correctly. Remember, this just goes right in there, okay? And this is your trigger. The trigger will set right here on this nut, on that knob, just like that, okay? And then this hooks in. I'll show you the miscellaneous stuff, right? But you don't need to see me screwing it back in after you watch me take it off. This hooks it like that, okay? That goes on there like that. Make sure that works. And then this piece, should put that one on first, really. That one goes in there like that. Hook this back on. And it just slides right in. Easy peasy, just like that. And now we're gonna lay it down and we're gonna screw everything back in, starting with the gas tanks, okay? We'll be right back. Okay, y'all, moment of truth. We'll see if it works. Fingers crossed, because I've been trying to get this thing up and running, okay? Oh, yeah, baby! Yes, sir! Beautiful. She's running. So, little diagnostic tip. Let me get out of that sun so y'all can see what I'm talking about here. There's a little screw right in here, right where my finger's at. There's a screw. It allows you, it controls the fuel air ratio, okay? So if it doesn't start, don't feel bad. It's okay. Just turn it all the way to the right and do 1.5 turns with a screwdriver. Start it up, try to start it. If it doesn't work, do another 1.5 turns, or half a turn if you feel comfortable, right? Trial and error. But once you start getting it to the right, just the right area, you'll be golden. And it'll start right up. And then in the description, you'll see how to change the fuel filter. This was the spark plug. The fuel filter and you'll see how to tune it as well. So all of the tools will be listed in the description. I'll even put the, what's it called? The parts for you, like on Amazon or something, in the description as well. But that is how to fix your Husqvarna leaf blower. If you don't want to spend $100 buying a new one, maybe even 200, depending on what model you get. But y'all, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Don't be ninja watchers. Do us a favor. We hope you learned something. And if you did, definitely hit the subscribe button and hit the bell if you ever want to be notified for whenever we post. But thank you again for tuning in, guys. This is Breakpoint. We are Breakpoint. And the question we always ask is, when did you reach your breakpoint? See you guys next time.